I look at it as like fixing an engine, and it's like you got to learn how to build simpler engines before you get to a highly complex one. Like you can't just walk in and build, a 6-cylinder where you're like, I know exactly how this runs. You got to build a little fucking go-kart engine, and then a dirt. You got to learn as you build up. And I wish I could have started comedy with that joke about my dead dad, but it took me, 15 years to find out, okay, what's the angle where I can show everyone that I think the situation is funny. Bombing is the soreness in comedic exercise. It's like if you're really sore, then you need to work out more. You need to be up there more. And it's like there's gonna be a soreness with it, because you're like, man, I've had mornings where I've woken up and I've been like, God damn it, that last show. Like, I'll do 3 shows at the Stand. In the first 2, I'll be like, looks like I found what I was born on this earth to do. And then the third show, I'll be like, hey, should I kill myself by eating my own shit? Because that last crowd couldn't have cared less. Get a year or 2 under your belt to kind of understand how comedy feels in whatever city you start in or wherever city you live in. Spend about a year learning low stakes, man. Go do open mics that are stressful as fuck to you, but when you look back 15 years later, you're gonna be like, oh, that wasn't shit. So go do those. Like, it's, at the beginning of every video game where you have the really first easy level and it's just kind of there to teach you the controls of the game. That's what your local scene is. Go do that level and run through it once or twice, and then move the difficulty to hard and move to a hub. Move to New York or LA or Chicago or a city where you're going to be around people that scare you and make you feel wrong that you're doing this, but also there's a weird inspiration of like, I'll catch up to you guys. I'll make it. I'll get to where you guys are at. A great book that comedians should read, helps with comedy, I think, and I'm about to reread it, is How to Win an Argument by Cicero. I read it before I did Fringe, and it made me, I kept thinking about this during the Fringe Festival, which was like, when you have an idea, cast a very wide net so that when you pull it back, you've gone through everything. So when you have an idea, like, cast the widest net possible to see what you can catch in it. And then when you pull it all back in, you'll know you went everywhere with the idea. So where you settle will be the best idea. This is specifically for comedians, is understand that the people that work at those comedy clubs might not be the biggest comedy fans, but they're the most important, because just as easily as without us, they're just a room with tables and booze. Without them, we're just crazy people yelling under a bridge. So be decent to every venue manager, even if they're a dick. Just be decent to them, unless they're like fucking, like sexist or trying to rape you or being racist or some shit. Like, then fuck them. But I'm saying, know that like most of the servers there, this wasn't their first option to work at a fucking Funny Bone. You know what I mean? There's some people that are, but there's a lot of people that are like, I got hired at the Funny Bone. I'm kind of a fan of stand-up. Be cool to them.
If you're serious about becoming a comedian, join our Facebook group linked in the description below to start getting tips like these every single day, and watch this playlist of our top writing tips to improve your writing today.